You know, again, as I think I told you, I can't remember what I told you. We're a good-looking team. You know, if it was a beauty pageant, man, we'd be in the hunt big time. I mean, we definitely look the part, and certainly those freshmen. I mean, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time finding a better-looking group of freshmen. But you know, they all got a lot to learn, and you know, this time of year, it's very different than the spring. You know, the spring you got a lot of installation things, but it's kind of country club, you know, because you only practice every other day or so. But once you get into camp, it's heavy installation, lots of meetings, and the practice is fast, and it's every day. So it piles up on those young guys pretty quick. But we'll push them, pull them through that. But overall, you know, to get to first days, our execution with the guys that, you know, expect to help us has been pretty good. But tomorrow we get the pads on, we'll get the shells on, so you know, it's really hard to be able to do what you need to do in shorts. I mean, you can get a lot of assignment, but it's difficult, especially when you got a bunch of guys that have been penned up all summer, you know, doing skills and drills against each other, grinding in the weight room, and they're ready to get after it. And so it'll be good to get the shoulder pads on so that we can, you know, add the physical part to the mental part as we go through the acclimatization period. So we'll be in shells the next 2 days, and then we'll be in full pads on Saturday. But you know, overall, good start. I'm not disappointed at all. The biggest part of the first couple of days is guys learning how to practice. You got a lot of new people and things that have been learning how to practice. And then for those guys that have been around here, reinforcing some of the habits that we believe in. You know, having good practice habits that hold up, you know, in a game environment. So it's just kind of us making sure that everybody's on the same page and you know, demanding certain things to be done the right way. He'd be out about 4 weeks.
I'm sorry, for camp.
Yeah, gum.
Sorry, for fall camp.
He ought to be back, hopefully game week, back rolling. But it's probably about Gary Peters, I think, was out 4 weeks and came back and played. And he, you know, it's a little easier at quarterback, but obviously he's going to miss camp, and that's going to be a difficult thing. So, kind of, you know, we were hoping to kind of go through camp and, you know, let those guys compete. Kind of hard to compete when you can't be on the field. So, you know, it's a lot of opportunity for Kelly. That's just the way it is. But Tucker's not out of it. I mean, who knows what's going to happen between now and you know, September the 5th, which again he should be. He's going to get it. They just put a screw in it, and you know, they said about 4 weeks. So hopefully he'll be back. And again, we've got 2 games, and then, you know, short week and an open date, so he'll be back and certainly get the great 7/8 of the season. So anything can happen for him.
Being that you won't have him for camp, I know you talk about you don't want to make redshirt decisions in the summer or this early in camp, but does that simplify the decision at all?
No, it can. Again, I mean, we lost him in the first 5 minutes of practice. I mean, heck, we may come out tomorrow and lose another guy, knock on wood. And you know, now he's got to be ready to play. He might be our starter halfway through the season. I have no idea. You know, but we can't make any decisions. All I know is he's going to miss physically. He's going to miss repping in camp, not mentally. You know, he's going to be held accountable mentally for what he's got to do, just like Deshaun was in spring. And you know, when he comes back, as soon, however long that is, 3, 4, 5 weeks, whenever, he's got to be able to pick up and go.
Well, speaking of Deshaun,
if they're all healthy, then yeah, he's probably going to be behind. But who knows what we're going to be doing with him.